Hello, dear friends. Dr. Harold Benson here, a physician with over 30 years of experience treating elderly patients. Today I'd like to talk about a simple product that's readily available to all of us. It doesn't cost much, is sold in any store, and grows in almost every garden. Yet despite this, many people underestimate its power. I'm talking about cabbage. Yes, I'm talking about the most common white cabbage. Broccoli, cauliflower, or Brussels sprouts. For many, it's a boring vegetable, used for cabbage soup or salads. But in reality, cabbage is a true vitamin booster, especially for people over 60. Let me tell you a story. A few months ago, a longtime patient of mine, Mrs. Evelyn, 66, came to see me. She complained of frequent colds, fatigue, and joint pain. "Doctor, I'm constantly taking vitamins from the pharmacy, but I'm not getting any relief," she said. When we began to analyze her diet, it turned out that it contained almost no vegetables. "I don't like greens, and I think cabbage is a waste of food," she admitted. A week later, I met her neighbor, Mr. Thomas, 70. He looked cheerful and energetic, although he, too, had chronic illnesses. When I asked him what his secret was, he smiled. "Doctor, it's simple for me. I eat cabbage every day. Salads, stewed cabbage, sauerkraut, in any form." Two people living side by side, yet their health was at different points. And this is no coincidence. Mr. Thomas's tests showed a strong immune system, stable blood pressure, and normal cholesterol levels. Mrs. Evelyn, on the other hand, had anemia, low vitamin C levels, and chronic joint inflammation. It was at that moment that I became convinced once again, cabbage isn't just a waste of food, but a true protector of the body after age 60. It strengthens the immune system, supports the heart and blood vessels, helps joints, improves digestion, and even reduces the risk of certain cancers. Today we will examine in detail why cabbage is especially important after 60 years, which types of cabbage are the healthiest, and how do they differ, how to cook cabbage properly to preserve maximum vitamins, why sauerkraut is a natural probiotic that improves gut function, and most importantly, how to include this affordable vegetable in your diet so that it brings maximum benefit and joy. Stay with me until the end, and I'll give you a step-by-step plan on how to use simple cabbage dishes to improve your health, boost your immunity, and feel younger. When we talk about healthy eating after 60, many people immediately think of expensive supplements, superfoods, and exotic products. But in reality, the main source of health is often right under our noses. And one such food is cabbage. This humble vegetable, which our grandmothers grew in their gardens, contains a whole host of nutrients that can support the body in old age. Why is cabbage especially important after 60? As we age, our body experiences a number of changes. The immune system weakens. We catch colds and infections more often. Blood vessels lose elasticity, and the risk of hypertension and atherosclerosis increases. Joints wear out. Arthritis and pain when moving appear. The intestines work more slowly, which causes constipation, heaviness, and bloating. Cabbage helps combat all of these problems. It contains vitamin C, fiber, potassium, vitamin K, folate, antioxidants, and even rare substances found in few other foods, such as glucosinolates, which have anti-cancer properties. After age 60, it's especially important to protect ourselves from colds and viruses. Cabbage is a true champion in vitamin C content. Just 200 grams of fresh cabbage covers the body's daily requirement. Vitamin C strengthens the immune system, promotes faster wound healing, and reduces inflammation. It's no wonder our ancestors always fermented cabbage for the winter. Back when oranges and lemons were a luxury, it was sauerkraut that saved people from scurvy and maintained health during the cold season. The potassium found in cabbage helps regulate blood pressure and remove excess fluid from the body. This is especially important for those suffering from hypertension and edema. Furthermore, cabbage lowers bad cholesterol levels, preventing the formation of plaque in blood vessels. Interesting fact, a study from the Harvard School of Public Health found that people who regularly eat cruciferous vegetables, cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, after age 60, many people begin to suffer from osteoporosis and arthritis. Cabbage is rich in vitamin K, which plays a key role in strengthening bones. It helps calcium absorption and reduces the risk of fractures. Furthermore, traditional medicine has long used cabbage leaves as compresses for joint pain. Modern research confirms that cabbage leaves do indeed have an anti-inflammatory effect. Cabbage is a rich source of fiber, and fiber is like a brush for our intestines. It improves digestion, helps relieve constipation, and normalizes the microflora. Sauerkraut is especially beneficial. It contains live lactic acid bacteria probiotics, which restore the balance of microbes in the gut. This not only improves digestion, but also strengthens the immune system. One of the most interesting facts about cabbage is its anti-cancer potential. Scientists have discovered that glucosinolates, found in cabbage, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts, activate enzymes that help the body fight cancer cells. Of course, cabbage isn't a cure for cancer, but regular consumption reduces the risk of colon, lung, and breast cancer. Which types of cabbage are healthier? White cabbage is the most readily available and common. It's rich in vitamin C, fiber, and potassium. It's delicious raw or fermented. Red cabbage contains anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that protect blood vessels and improve memory. Broccoli is a true superfood. It's rich in vitamin K, folate, and glucosinolates. It's good for the heart and helps prevent cancer. Colored, easily digestible, suitable for people with sensitive stomachs. Brussels sprouts are a rich source of vitamin K and protein. Savoy cabbage is tender and aromatic and contains more carotene than white cabbage. Each type of cabbage has its own benefits. Ideally, alternate different types in your diet. It's important to remember that prolonged cooking destroys some vitamins. Therefore, it's best to use the following cooking methods. Eat cabbage fresh, salads, smoothies. Fermenting is a great way to preserve vitamin C and probiotics. Lightly simmer or steam to preserve more nutrients. Baking is tasty and healthy. Frying in large amounts of oil is the least successful option, as excess fat negates the benefits. I always advise my patients to include cabbage in their diet at least 3 to 4 times a week. This could be a fresh cabbage and carrot salad, a light vegetable soup, stewed cabbage with apples, or simply a spoonful of sauerkraut at lunch. Patients who heed this recommendation note improved digestion, a feeling of lightness, fewer colds, and even lower blood pressure within a month. Dear friends, we've seen that cabbage isn't a poor vegetable at all, but a true vitamin shield for people over 60. It supports the immune system, helps the heart and blood vessels, strengthens bones and joints, improves digestion, and even reduces the risk of serious diseases. Remember the story of Mrs. Evelyn, who ate almost no vegetables? When we added fresh and sauerkraut to her diet, her life changed noticeably. Within just a few weeks, she had fewer colds, her bowel movements improved, and her constant fatigue disappeared. Tests showed that her vitamin C and iron levels had increased, and joint inflammation had decreased. And Mr. Thomas, who initially shared the secret to his vitality, only confirmed cabbage is his main ally. He eats it in any form: cabbage soup, salads, sauerkraut, stews, and the results are obvious. He has stable blood pressure, a good mood, and strong energy despite his age. What does this mean for us? It's simple. Cabbage should become a regular guest on our tables. Here's the step-by-step plan I recommend to my patients. Start small. Include a fresh kale salad at least twice a week. Add carrots and a little lemon juice or olive oil. Sauerkraut, a spoonful a day with lunch or dinner. It's a simple habit that will support your gut and immunity. Alternate between cabbage types: white cabbage, red cabbage, broccoli, and cauliflower. Different varieties provide different vitamins and antioxidants. Cook gently, simmer, bake, or steam. This will preserve the maximum nutritional value. Use cabbage in familiar dishes. Add it to soups, borscht, and vegetable side dishes. It's delicious and doesn't require complicated recipes. Friends, health doesn't always require expensive medications or complex treatments. Sometimes it's enough to reintroduce into your diet what has been the staple of our ancestors' diets for centuries. Cabbage is just such a product. Affordable, simple, yet incredibly beneficial. Try adding it to your diet this week. You'll notice the difference: more energy, a lighter stomach, fewer colds, and a better mood. Take care of yourself and remember, your health is the result of small steps you take every day. And cabbage is a great step towards a long and active life. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. And in the comments, let us know your favorite way to eat cabbage: fresh, pickled, or stewed. Let's share healthy recipes and support each other. This was Dr. Harold Benson. Until next time, and best wishes to you.